What up, YouTube? How y'all doing? I think we shouldn't underestimate the power of the youth. More specifically, the rage. And I'm speaking from personal experience. As somebody who still has that anger against injustice, and I'm not talking like the faux social justice, I'm talking about things that actually do matter, that do personally affect me and doesn't give me any benefit. So when you combine that with Quebec, it's gonna be kind of interesting. We shouldn't underestimate the reasons why sovereignty is becoming popular with the youth. It's starting to make a comeback. It never really went away, and I've said this a bazillion times. Whenever the libtards get in power, it's dormant. You don't hear much of it. But when language Nazis get in, that's the only thing you hear about. We're under a kbec regime. To this very day, even though he's getting unpopular and he screwed up a bunch of things, a lot of yous, by the way, were all for Lego when his popularity was high. It was during the pandemic. It was during a time where we had to remain calm and ça va bien aller and all that bullshit. But now that there's no pandemic and there's a bunch of issues still when it comes to the maintenance of Quebec, pandemic or not, now suddenly his popularity has dropped. Gee, I wonder why. You guys gave that guy so much fucking credence and power. Don't fucking go, Malak. I don't have enough time to stop. Anyways, that's my road rage speaking. Anyways, you guys gave him a lot of credence during that time. You still had to maintain. You still had to make Quebec run despite all these shutdowns. The taxes were still there. We still have to pay taxes and blah, 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 right? So you guys gave him a lot of power. You were looking to him like he was that paternal type of premier. And now all of a sudden, well, what happened, guys? Oh, I guess things went a little sour. I never understood this guy's appeal from 2018 and onwards. I never understood it, so I don't get it. I'm not in that mindset, so that's why I say it's kind of hard to brainwash me with shit like that. It's very interesting as it is weird to see this trajectory, but I digress. So, Quebec is doing what Quebec does. It's screwing things up. People are feeling it. People are annoyed. Hell, you even hear it in Montreal. People are fed up with the bike path situation. But what you're seeing now is a slow rise of young sovereignists. I would say probably like late, somewhat in the early teens to maybe 30 years old, something like that. So I'm kind of removed from the situation, and I'm able to see major reasons why it's making a comeback. And I would say, one, it has to do with immigration. When we say immigration, we're talking also illegals. Now, Quebec is not immune from its own ounce of controversy whenever it has to talk about its immigrants. Everybody must have known and remember what happened in 1995 with that referendum when, thank God, Parizeau is dead, because he was, to me, he's a piece of shit. Oh yeah, c'est vrai, on était battus au fait par quoi? Par l'argent et les votes ethniques. That's why they lost. So to translate for the non-Frenchies. The reason why we lost was due to the ethnic vote. Guys, I have to, my merging lane is coming to an end. I don't know why you do that. You see that I'm coming, and you make me go almost into the fucking ditch. Quebec drivers, you really suck. Because of the ethnic vote, and because of the money. You had money back then, but not enough of it, actually. This is your second exodus. The Anglophones left to go to Tirana. So whatever was left, I don't think it was much. I don't think it was much. And the ethnic vote. Bruv, you're an ethnic yourself. Yes, you're white, but you're still a different variety of white. Greeks are still ethnics. You're an ethnic. The Italians are ethnics. The pure Canadians are ethnics. So what are we talking about here? Since then, it's always left a sour taste in Quebec's minds because of the history behind it. It doesn't do well when it comes to immigration because there's this authoritarian tendency to force its culture onto its people. And I'm not taking away the whole thing of welcome to Quebec, fit in or fuck off. It also goes with Canada too, but there's a lot of aspects for the native population that we shouldn't fit into regardless, and you expect immigrants to conform to. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's not going to benefit anybody. So we're talking mainly illegals, right? We're talking about the illegals. Nothing's being done about it. The great and powerful Republic of the Quebec nation can't figure out to do anything about this. Yeah, but the mate in the border is Canadian. Who gives a fuck? What's stopping you or stopping them from using the notwithstanding clause? Am I wrong to assume that? No, I'm not wrong to assume it. Do they have that legal power to do so? It is Quebec territory. You are your own nation, symbolically. Guys still haven't talked about borders. That's part of what makes up a country. And your military. Yes, Q is not military unless you're actually going to take that and have it be on the basis of it being to assume to be military. I'm just putting ideas out there, guys. I'm just putting ideas, okay? But Quebec is not really a nation. Symbolically wants to be seen as a nation. Okay, good for you. The symbolism is nice and everything, but whatever. So, you're having this issue, which is obviously going to negatively affect the youth. Employment, mobility, and also quality of living. Quality of living, more so the cost of living, but these two are intertwined anyways. And so you're having a part of the youth where being part of Canada with all of these things is not going to benefit us. Those, to me, are the two major reasons why sovereignty actually is making a comeback, but obviously with the multiculti thing. Forced multiculturalism is fucking bullshit, but also forced homogeneity is also fucking bullshit. I mean, I know my French because of being in French immersion, and I had to talk to people. That's what happened. But to have it in every aspect of my life doesn't make sense. Okay, I know my life isn't boring, but Jesus Christ, what's with the white smoke coming out of your car, dude? Like, I don't know if you noticed, but it might go kaboom, and I'm not in the mood to be late for work. So, please do something about that. Like, I smell the fumes right now. So far, I've had a couple of people being really retarded on the road as I make this video, and someone's car might go kaboom. And it's definitely not an EV, unfortunately. Anyways, so immigration, cost of living, and multi-culti. That's why it's making a resurgence. Is it going to skew next year's provincial election? It might put it in the Péquists' favor. We've had 3 by-elections in areas where these are major areas. These aren't butt fuck whatever areas. These are important areas that are gaining seats for the PQ. For those that are not aware of the PQ is this old stale boomer party that was a thing of the past that really, really put out there and was holding the referendum and sovereignty as its main thing. People are also changing the words too. Like, people don't want to say I'm a separatist. Well, that doesn't sound very good. I want to say I'm a sovereignist. Bruv, you want Quebec to separate from Canada, right? Just say that. Just fucking say it. I'm a Quebec independent. Well, are you for Quebec independence from Canada or to have more sovereignty within it? That's the thing that nobody really fucking talks about. That's why the CAC is in a very unique situation because, well, we're trying to put these two things together. That's why with Quebec politics, you can't separate the two. You've ingrained it in people's brains for so long that it makes everybody have a radical position. See, look, I'm a libertarian. I was a federalist, but I also know that even if Quebec fucking separates, my libertarianism is still there. If I were to be premier of Quebec, I would start making it almost like this is a French version of America. And they're not gonna like that. So that's why with me, politics, I'm out. I can't fucking do it. You're going to be damned either way. And so when it comes to this, the PQ are starting to get, they're starting to get gaining steam. But that's the thing, though. I don't trust these motherfuckers. If there's one thing that I hope Albertans are actually looking at with Quebec, you need a grassroots movement. You don't need establishment. You don't want these people that have been in power all this time and they're just there to sell you out later on. Don't think for 1 second that the big cheese over there, the leader of the PQS, Plamondon, it probably isn't like a WEF shill. I haven't found any evidence for that, but he was talking about reducing our reliance on gasoline. And I'm saying to myself, but you're not any fucking better or different than Lego. You guys, like, I'm sorry, but Hydro-Quebec is not that great. You guys keep raising your fucking prices. You already had somebody who was an employee, part of the CCP. Okay, there was a guy that was committing espionage there. And Hydro-Quebec is partnered with the WEF. That doesn't look very good right about now. It doesn't take much. With us where I am, the power could go out when it's a nice day. There's no obstruction, nothing. So it's like, what the actual fuck? What is this shit? It's 2025. You guys can't get the power lines to even be secure, let alone strong enough even on humid days? That's pathetic. That is fucking pathetic. We have to sit up here for decades on end, getting used to this overpriced freezer where we have windows that secure keeping the heat inside, and we have our winter tires and everything. We have to winterize our homes, and you guys can't fucking winterize or find good technology or some form of structure for Hydro-Quebec, and you want to be your own nation? I don't think so, bruv. No. That's why I say I don't see it. I don't see it in the cards. You guys suck as a province. What makes you think you'll be better off as a nation? I've said that since I started Made in Liberty. I've said that for a long time. You guys can't do the basics as a province and even a so-called nation. Your establishment can't even do the fucking basics. They're still gonna screw it up, but the fact that the PQ are getting the youth vote, to me, it's concerning in the fact that, well, I haven't found any evidence to see that these guys are globalists, but I wouldn't be surprised if they would sell out Quebec, and here we are, we're talking about a third referendum. And I have to be personally inconvenienced to have to contact the government something. Oh yeah, we have to remind you that the only official language here is French and blah 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 blah, you know? Press 9 for English. When you guys aren't doing shit, you're just making an inconvenience. Yeah, so all of this to say, I get it, but I don't want to be part of Canada simply because Canada sucks. This experiment of this so-called Confederation and Dominion, it doesn't work anymore. We're too different. We're too different. We're not seeing eye to eye. We can't even do the, actually get the elbows up. We can't even do actual fucking unity and do trade within the provinces. We're gonna do, yeah? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, keep up with the cheesecake Ford. Continue doing that. And Quebec, keep saying that you need the Alberta's equalization payments, but fuck your oil. Okay, so then why don't you start using your own fucking resources if you're so rich in it? But no, they don't want to. They want to use it for themselves. They want to start, you know, being arrogant about it. It's like your arrogance is not merited. That's the funny thing. It's not merited. So this whole thing of Canada being a country like all together, fuck that shit. But also fuck Quebec at the same time. Because if you want to be your own nation, you're not about liberty, fuck your country. For me, I'm kind of screwed either way. Unfortunately. Like, that's why I say, fuck it. There's no room for me here. There's no room. It's hard to capitulate to such a thing because I'm just so about it. But the youth are open. They want to live in a country where their culture is secure. But I'm telling you guys, it sounds nice on paper, but look at what happened with the UK. They're not part of the EU anymore. But globalists are still there. Doesn't look like it's not going well for the folks of jolly old England, huh? That's the thing. So be careful what you guys wish for. That's all I'm gonna say. Immigration, cost of living, and the multiculti thing are the reasons why you're going to start to see this trend of upward resurgence within the youth concerning Quebec separation. Okay? That's what you're going to see. So I'm going to end the video there, guys. I said what it is I have to say. And hopefully I'll see you in the chat. Peace out.